So the famous person that I will be presenting to you is Channing Tatum. There's not a lot of information out there about his personal background, but I was able to gather some information of his experiences as a child and being diagnosed with ADHD through some interviews. So when he was a child, he describes himself to be a kid with lots of energy, bouncing off the walls. He had a short attention span, had a hard time processing information from reading compared to his peers, and also focusing required for him extra work. He showed no interest in academics, which goes along with research on ADHD kids whose performance in academic achievement is lower. He describes that he was bad in school. I'm not sure what he meant by that. It could be referring to his grades, or it could also be referring to what the book talks about, that ADHD children oftentimes have impairments in social behavior and relationship with others, like having an aggressive or negative style of social interactions. Now, the other thing he said was that he took him a longer time for him to process information. His reading ability were limited. He said that he couldn't really read out loud. Actually, today, as an adult, he still has a hard time reading out loud, because as a child, he weren't able to spell some of the words. He actually skipped letters. He was placed with children who had autism and Down syndrome, and he explains that experience, that he felt like he didn't fit in, but then also he felt that being placed with children who we will consider normal, that wouldn't be a good fit for him either. So he actually has his own opinions about the education system and how he feels that we should do more. Now, while he was a child, he was treated with medication, which helped him to pay more attention to his schooling, which goes again along with research that between 70 and 75% of medicated children show increased attention and reduced impulsivity. However, currently he doesn't agree with medicating all children, just because in his experience he felt like a zombie, that medication robbed his personality or his soul, as he said. And that's because his appetite decreased. He also felt that he wasn't being himself, that what he thought to be fun for him was not there anymore. With that said, I could assume then that his experience with ADHD actually helped other people hearing from him and his experience to understand that medication may not be the best solution for every child, and that maybe we should be looking into some other methods of intervention. The book talks about how motor incoordination may affect about half of children with ADHD. This was not a problem for Channing. He didn't seem to have a problem because he was doing pretty well in sports. He was voted actually the most athletic kid in his high school. And he participated in the track team, in football, and he caught some attention with martial arts like Kung Fu. All of that aspect of the characteristics of ADHD actually helped him to get a scholarship to go to college. Now, unfortunately, he did describe that academics was not his strength. So he ended up dropping college, but that didn't stop him. The good thing is that that never stopped him from becoming someone successful. He decided to pursue areas that he believed he was good at, considering his disorder. So he became a dancer in music videos. He became a model for brand clothing labels like Armani and Dolce & Gabbana. And he also was casted in commercial videos, and from there, he became a movie star because of his dancing talents. So his attention deficits were strongest when he was young. As an adult, he's been able to manage it, even though he still describes, now that he has a child, as a father, he still can see that he's very impatient. Overall, Channing did not let ADHD determine what he will become. He might not have been good in school, but he used his energy, or what we would define as hyperactivity, to be channeled in a productive way.